Each one of us can change the world. How? By simply doing what Jesus calls us to do, loving our neighbor. Not the metaphorical one, but the one right next door. Join us with our monthly challenge.
Hi friend, I hope you're doing great. So this month's Love Your Neighbor challenge is cook a meal for somebody who maybe just had a baby or goes through a hard time. So a few years ago, actually it's quite a few years ago, one of our grandpas passed away. He was Amish in Pennsylvania, and we went to the funeral. And at the funeral, one thing struck me. All the community, like all the Amish people around, brought food, they organized everything, and they planned everything. So the people that actually went through the hard time could just grieve and focus on that. And they kept bringing them food for probably a week, or I don't know for how long, but quite a long time, because of all the circumstances that are going on. The same we've experienced here as well, like when people just had a baby and they can't really function, they have a hard time like to figure out life because everything's changed. It was the same in this case with like somebody passed away, and they're like, okay, how are we going to function? Like, how are we going to do this? The last thing they're thinking about is food, but they have to eat, right? So what about if you just cook a meal for somebody? Like, somebody goes through a hard time, like, it doesn't have to be that somebody died, but maybe they just have a hard time, like with like work, or they had a hard time with in their marriage or whatever, I don't know, different things. And you just make a meal. You just cook some extra food that you already made for yourself and cook like an extra 1 or 2 portions for them. Like, very simple, and you bring it over. Say like, hey, don't worry about the food. Here we go. Be blessed. So simple, right? So easy. And all of us can do that. Or if somebody just had a baby, same thing. Like, bring a meal over. And again, so simple. So I want to encourage you this month. Like, look around your neighborhood, keep your ears open and see if somebody's struggling. And then come alongside them and say like, hey, can I bring you a meal over so you don't have to think about food for a meal? Can I bless you in that way? And then just do it. You will see it's going to build deeper relationships, but also it blesses your neighbor as well, and yourself, because you can actually make a difference. Alright? Follow this month's challenge. Cook a meal. Bye.